everybody, it's me, Rebecca Black. I am the Bexa boss lady, and thank you so much for joining me today. I have something kind of serious to talk about that I know probably many of you struggle with. I absolutely know I'm not the only one who struggles with burnout. And so today I want to talk to you about kind of some things that have been going on with me the last few months and what I've been trying to do to reduce the level of burnout and increase my productivity to help my business, help my sanity, and help my health. So many of you know that I had a hysterectomy last year. I've had lots of health problems. I almost lost my kidney. I have chronic migraines. I have autoimmune diseases and all sorts of fun stuff. But I also struggle with anxiety and just dealing overall with the significant life changes that being sick has, it's changed my life. It has essentially I've gone from being Rebecca, the superhero, can do anything and everything person, to Rebecca, the maybe I can do it if it's on a good day and I feel okay and I don't have a migraine. So to say it's been life changing is an understatement. And I think that a lot of people that are struggling with burnout or anything kind of even similar to this, I definitely have a pre-sick life, a during this whole adventure life, and then a post, what I want to accomplish and what I hope that will happen in the future, what I'm really, really working towards. And what I'm finding is the more that I feel, the better I feel, the more that I'm able to get out and do stuff, the more I want to do. And I want to do more and go and all of these things that I haven't been able to do for many years. And so I'm burning myself out. I'm burning both ends of the candle, as they say. I'm trying to do everything with my business. I'm trying to do everything with my health. I'm trying to do everything with my husband and my dogs and everything. And it's just getting to be too much. And so after my meltdowns, I'm a meltdown queen lately, but after my recent meltdown, my husband sat me down and basically said, things have to change. And at first I was combative and I'm like, no, it's okay. It'll get better. And the reality is I've been saying that for months. I've been saying it's going to get better. I've been saying it's going to change. And really it hasn't. I've really not done anything except, what do they call it? Insanity is when you keep doing the same thing over and over and then expecting different results. And that's basically what I've been doing. I've been working 12-hour days, working 14-hour days, crashing and burning, working 5-hour days, working 12-hour days, crashing and burning, getting sick, crashing and burning, working 12-hour days. And what I was trying to do is work as much as I can on the days that I felt well. And then if I had a migraine day or a flare-up day or something where I just didn't feel well, I was just relaxing. And what was happening is I want to do so many projects. I have so many things in the fire burning, and I just wasn't using my time. I wasn't using my time effectively, not appropriately, but effectively to actually accomplish anything that I wanted to get done. So I found myself on those days constantly busy, but I never actually got anything done. And so it's just been this vicious cycle for the past 6 months, I would say, of do a lot of stuff, do nothing, travel, do a lot of stuff, do nothing, go to a conference, do a lot of stuff, travel, do not. I mean, it's not good. It's not beneficial. It's not what I want to be doing. And my husband and I have always come through our marriage and our relationship as a partnership and as a team. And so some days I need to be the coach for him and other days he needs to be the coach for me. And this definitely was a coachable moment about a week and a half ago where our dog broke his leg. We were traveling home. I was getting a migraine. It was pouring down rain. It was just like one thing after another was happening. And I felt really defeated. I kept saying I had all this work to do. And really it was just busy work that I never did. It was just like a list or a phone call and just stuff like that. So I had a meltdown, which I'm not I'm not too big to say that I had a meltdown, because I think it's important to let those feelings out. And sometimes we just need to bring out our inner 3-year-old, have a temper tantrum, cry it out. And then for me, the crucial thing is moving on. So you got to get all that energy, you got to get all that bad and sad and mad energy out. You got to stomp your feet and pound your arms on the walls, and then wake up the next day and say, okay, I have to do something different. And I wasn't doing that before. I was just waking up the next day and then going about my business like that meltdown had never happened. And so I wanted to do this video for you because I think some of the things that I started to do and I'm going to move forward that we can do together. I think this is definitely, actually, I know this is kind of a burnout. This is a burnout challenge for both you and me to go through this journey of trying to figure out our lives, either, post-divorce or post-career or post-children or post-side hustle, whatever the case may be. Today is the day we are going to move forward in with a different thought process, a different way of doing things, a way of being, and we are going to change our mindset and our perspective on our lives and anything that we have in moving forward. So I'm going to give you an example. I have always been the go-to gal. Rebecca was always the go-to gal. Give it to Rebecca, she'll get it done. Give it to Rebecca's team, we know they'll do it. They'll do it right. Don't worry, Rebecca's got it. Blah, blah, blah. So I've always been that kind of gal. A gal. Who says gal? I don't know. I did. It just came out. I'm a gal. What can I say? But now I can't do that. So Number one is I'm trying to learn to say no to myself. So what does this mean? This means that when I have a crazy entrepreneur idea of another business, another website, another program, another this, another that, is that I have to stop and say, no, we are going to finish our current projects before we move on to a new and exciting one. And this is something that I really, really need to do, and I am going to do. This saying no to others for me is very easy. I have become the master of saying no. If I don't want to do something, I'm not interested in it, I have no problem saying no. And simply because it's been out of necessity with my health, that if I have to say no, I don't feel well, I can't go. I stopped feeling guilty about that a long time ago. But learning to say no to myself is very hard because I've always been a high achieving, high work ethic, super busy, multiple jobs kind of person. And so right now I have reselling, and I have my reselling boxes, and I have my blog, and I have my data course, and I have a new course I'm creating, and I have my website. And I'm making money on my website, and I have affiliate marketing, and I have online marketing, and I have social media marketing, and I want to start a podcast, and my husband's starting a podcast, and we have to get his website set up, and we have Google Analytics, and there's just a lot of moving pieces. So within all of that, there's all sorts of individual items that I want to do, and things are getting pushed by the side. So I'm learning to say no to myself. And I'm learning that I need to make myself a priority, which goes into number 2. So saying no to myself is not a punishment. It is a self-care routine. It is self-care to me to say, no, we are going to eat at home tonight. We are not going out to eat. We are not ordering Uber Eats. It's a self-care to me to say, no, we are not laying on the couch today. We are going to go for a walk, or we are going to go exercise. It doesn't matter if you just had your hair done or a blowout. You are going to go work out. So it's saying no to myself when I have these self-defeating thoughts of, I don't want to do this. I'm not going to do it. And I don't want to say the year yes, because I think that's really corny and it's overused. It's like new year, new you. But it really is learning to say no to myself and retraining my brain to have a different outlook when these topics come up. So eating better, exercising, being better with money, stop buying things I don't need, like shoes on Poshmark, which is so easy because they're always in your face. Oh my God, there's so many cute shoes on Poshmark, you guys. Just so many cute ones. So maybe instead of just buying them, I have an in and out method where if I buy a pair of shoes, I have to list a pair on Poshmark. So it's retraining my brain for these things to get my goal, to still get to my goals, but be able to do it in a realistic sense. Number 3, creating better routines. Since I work for myself, and many of you work for yourselves, now, for those of you who have children, often your schedule revolves around your children. So creating a routine around your children or your work or your husband, your routine is going to be different than mine. My routine is my number one priority is sleep. And it's simply because when you have autoimmune diseases or chronic health problems, sleep is a priority. So if I get a poor night's sleep and I can sleep till 10, I will do that. But that means that I need to adjust my daily schedule so I'm still doing the same routine, even if it starts at 10 a.m., 9 a.m., noon, whatever, that I know I am doing X, Y, and Z today. So for instance, my husband has asked me to work only not 10 hours a day. I want to work 10 hours a day. He wants me to work 6 hours a day. So whether that's 1 hour every other hour or 2 hours every other hour, whatever the case may be, I'm only supposed to work on my projects for 6 hours a day. And then the other time I, work out or go for a walk or go, just walk around our little neighborhood here, read a book, whatever the case may be, I need to stop working at 6 hours. And one of my problems with that, and many of you probably have this as well, is that I work from my home. So I always see it. I see the death piles in my room right now. I see the dry erase board with all the things I want to accomplish on it. I see my camera sitting there like, make a video, come use me. And so I have all of these visual reminders of things that I'm not doing. So I'm going to try. I keep saying try. We need to stop saying try. I will shut the door to my reselling room so I can't see all those clothes. And then when I'm in there, I'm working. And when I'm not in there, I'm not working. That'll also help keep the dogs out of there, even though I have a gate up. But that is how I plan on doing that. So 6 hours a day. If you are someone who wants to work more or you want to work less, you just need to factor that in. But 6 hours I have found is really a sweet spot, and I've been able to get a lot of work done in 6 hours. So I have a timer I work 2 hours and then I take a break. I work 2 hours, I take a break. And then at night when my husband comes home and he does his work, I do another 2 hours. So I'm trying to break it up where I'm playing around with what is the best chunk of time for me to be able to work consistently without, checking my email or seeing what's going on in the news today, anything like that. So making sure that I'm becoming regimented in that 6 hours, which goes into number 4 and taking a break. So taking the dogs for a walk. It's going to be hard to do. I have a dog with a broken leg who busted my eye with his cone. So it's also 95 degrees, so my pug can't go very far. But I have to think about other things, right? So maybe I can go for a walk. I'll go walk on the treadmill. Maybe I'll just eat lunch and watch Bravo. I mean, I am a Bravo-holic. They call them Bravo super fans. So maybe I will grab lunch and watch an episode of Southern Charm and then come on upstairs and work again. So that is how I'm trying to find a way to take a break. Or maybe I take a shower, or maybe I, do some laundry, pick up downstairs, whatever the case may be. I just do something that is not related to my work. Number 5 is realizing that when I'm busy, but not productive. So for those 6 hours, I want to make sure I'm very productive. I have lists. I go through my lists. I have priorities. So you have your top 2 or 3 items that you have to get accomplished today. And then the other stuff is just secondary. When you are done with your 6 hours, anything that doesn't get done gets pushed over. So if your goal is if the only goal for you today is to take photos of your reselling stuff, then you set your timer for, an hour or 2, go in, take photos, take a break, come back, and then you just work until all of your stuff's listed. If it takes you 4 hours, then maybe those other 2 hours you spend on something else for your work. So maybe you are working on your inventory, you are shipping, you're doing your sales, whatever the case may be. And then after those 2 hours, you're done. Spend time with your kids, go outside, go to a baseball game, whatever. Just do something that is not related to working. That way you will find that you are actually making progress on these goals and on these lists versus just constantly being busy. I just couldn't stop doing things, but I never got ahead. It was like, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And I never actually got a chunk of work done. It was like a bite here and a bite here and a bite there. It wasn't a strategic plan for how to accomplish my goals. And the last thing, number 6, I'm sure there's many more, but in terms of just keeping this for things that are actionable, things we can both do to improve our burnout, reduce our burnout is what I want to say, is coming to terms with our new lives. So I've done this video before and I've slid back into this bad habit of saying I used to be able to do stuff. So, I used to be a fitness model. I used to be a small business owner with a gym. I used to be a social worker. I used to be able to do pull-ups. I used to be able to run 2 miles. Instead of saying those things, I am going to start retraining my brain to say, I will walk 2 miles today. And it doesn't matter what I did yesterday. It doesn't matter what I did a month ago. I am just going to set a realistic goal for today and accomplish it, because those small wins are going to be what help you build the small wins up to the big win, right? So, people are like, oh my gosh, making $1,500 a month seems like so much work, or having 300 new listings a month is so much work, or, whatever sometimes you read or see on the internet, you're like, oh my gosh, that's mind blowing. It's too much work. Break it up into little pieces, break it down into bite-sized chunks so you can embrace your new situation, whether it's with a baby, without a husband or without a wife, with money, without money, with health, without health, whatever it is. You break it down into, this is my new life and this is what I want it to be. Think about how your life can change if you just make these small mental adjustments along with the physicals of, reducing the amount of time, taking breaks, reducing burnout and things like that. This world is so filled with negativity and drama and people wanting to suck your positive energy or suck the life from you. And it's up to us to put that guard up to say, I am going to run my life the way I want to run my life, my business the way I want to run it. And this is how I'm going to accomplish it. Whether it's someone with a chronic illness, somebody with a small business, someone with small children, going back to college, whatever it is, we can do this together. And I'm making this promise to you that I will actively work on all 6 of these if you do too. So if you need to work on these, comment below, make a pledge to yourself, make a pledge to me if you want, or make a pledge to yourself that you will work smarter, not harder, better, not faster, and you will take care of yourself. And I will do the same. Because if we aren't a community of helping each other and looking out for each other, then what's the point? That's the whole reason I started these videos, is to not only selfishly help myself by creating this community and having people that I can rely on as well, but to help those of you who are struggling with these same things. If we can't help each other in this crazy world, then that's pretty sad. So my goal is to help you as much as I can with anything I can. My brain is filled with knowledge, and I hope that this resonates with you. If it does, give me a thumbs up. If not, sorry. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for notifications of new videos and content and all that fun stuff. So As I always say, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. And don't forget to make your pledge to yourself or to me in the comments below. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.